On today's episode, we're going to talk about how to deal with the fact that you're a perfectionist, that you're always working too much, nights, weekend, and you're never happy with your work. Let's rock and roll. Hey designer friends, what is up? My name is Ron Segal. Welcome back to Flux, and today some real talk about the life of a designer working with clients. I've recently had this conversation with one of our students in Flux Academy, and she was telling me things are always taking me more time, more time than I'm planning. I'm ending up working into the nights and weekend. I'm ending up not doing other things that I thought I will be doing because things are taking me too long. And initially she thought that her problem was that she's working too slow. And then we started to track her time, and I've actually told her, you know what, you're actually doing some good times. But her problem was that she couldn't time box her work, meaning she wanted to spend, let's say, 2 hours doing a wireframes. It would always take up 3 or 4 hours. And I told her, look, you have to put deadlines on yourself. Otherwise, you're not going to finish up and deliver on time, and you're not going to do this. But she told me the struggle is I'm never happy with the work that I'm doing. And I can totally relate to that. And the truth is, I think because we are working as creators, people who take nothing like an empty page and create something out of it, and we have kind of like an emotional connection with the work that we're doing, the truth is we'll never really be satisfied with what we're doing. And a lot of people early on, they think, oh, it's just because I'm not good enough, right? If I work very hard, I will become better, and then I'll be happy and proud of my work. I remember one of my last jobs that I did, when on the first meeting with the team, they asked me, so what is the project that you're most proud of? And I couldn't come up with anything. And that's weird because I've been working as a designer for 15 years at that point, and I've done quite a few things, and I'm not proud of anything. How is that possible? The truth is that even as you get better, your standards for what is good work are always going up together with your skill, so that you always aim for more and you never really hit it. So you're always a little bit frustrated. Now, that sounds quite depressing, right? All of your life, even 10 years, 15 years, 20 years from now, you're gonna be amazing. You're still gonna be frustrated that you're not good enough. I think that everybody who is, trying to do better all the time, whether you're a designer or an athlete or something like that, you're always trying to push yourself for more. And even when you're doing amazing things, you're always a little bit frustrated because you feel like, if I just had an extra day, if the client had only just like a little bit more budget, we could have done something better, right? It kind of throw me back into the Schindler's List. Like, I could have saved one more person, and it's never enough. Whatever you're doing, it's never enough. But that's part of the journey of trying to become better and good. And you have to realize that it's worth going through this journey. It's worth being a creator, even if you're always going to be frustrated, even if this feeling is always going to stay with you. Now, and here's the really important thing about this. Now you know that this feeling is going to stay with you forever, right? You're always going to have this feeling that we sometimes call perfectionism, right? That we need to do a little bit better. You're always going to have that. That's never going away. That's even if you think an extra day, an extra months, an extra $10,000 for the project would solve all these problems. I'm telling you, it's not. You're going to still have this feeling. Now, that being said, now you have to understand I'm always going to be frustrated. So the only thing I can do if I want to not burn out and not hate my life as a designer or as a creator in general, is just understand that I'm going to do the best I can within the time and budget that I have right now, and that's it. It's not going to be perfect because there is no perfect. There's never enough time. There's never enough money. There's never the perfect client. There's always circumstances, but I'm going to do the best with what I have, and then I'm going to move on. And next time I'm going to try to do better. But this time I'm just going to do the best that I can with what I have. And I'm going to put a deadline on myself. Sometimes either the deadline is put, the client says we're gonna have to have this by Thursday, but even when a client tells you we're gonna have to have this by Thursday, you actually know I'm gonna have to finish the wireframes by Monday so that I can do the visual design by Tuesday so that we can start developing it by Wednesday. You have to break down a project into these milestones so that you'll be able to hit the final deadline. And if you are not gonna hit your own deadlines, then it's going to be a mess, meaning you're gonna work too much, you're not gonna be sleeping, you're gonna be frustrated, the quality of your work will actually decrease. And so you have to hit your own deadlines, and the client's deadlines, of course. If you're gonna miss your client's deadlines, you're not gonna have clients for long, right? So you're gonna have to develop this capacity of being able to say, this is what I was able to do with the time that I had left. I know it's not perfect, I'm not happy, I'm not proud, but I'm gonna move on right now to the next step. Because what happens is, a lot of times, your day should be broken down like this, right? You're gonna have, let's say I'm a morning person, I do my deep work sessions in the morning. So I would design in the morning and I would leave my afternoon for meetings, writing proposals, doing content, all of these other different things, which are also very important. Perhaps they don't have deadlines quite like the project, but they're also important if I want to run a freelance business for the long term. So what would happen is you would work on this thing in the morning and then you would say, but it's still not good enough. Well, perhaps I'll delay this, doing content. Maybe I'll delay sending that proposal. I can do that tomorrow and then I can gain some extra hours designing. You think you're pushing the deadline, but actually you're just pushing away other things which are also super, super important. Perhaps they're not urgent, but they're still very, very important. And if you keep doing that, eventually you'll burn out in terms of perhaps you'll be stuck without clients. Perhaps you'll find out that you haven't been working on your own website, or you haven't been following up with other leads or something like that, and then you're going to be stuck. So you have to stand true to your own deadline, have that integrity to hold true to your own deadlines, even if it's painful, because I'm telling you right now, it's going to be painful anyway. So the best thing that you can do is do the best that you can, hit your deadline, and then move on to the next thing so that you can make sure that everything gets your attention and not just one thing gets your attention. And my promise to you is that if you keep doing this consistently, then you will get better and your work will get better. And even if you will not feel proud or never happy with your work, you will get the feedback from others that your work is so good because you are delivering consistently, and you're delivering on a deadline. That is our work. You have to remember that. That is what we're being paid for. People who work without a deadline, they are artists. They are not designers who make a living as delivering creative work under deadline. That's what we get paid for, and that's why it's so tough, but that's what it entails. So I encourage you to stay true to your word and just do it. I'll see you on the next video. Peace out.